Thank you for tuning in to Next Big Thing. I'm your host, Attila Saras, and on Next Big Thing, this ThinkTech show tries to focus on people doing interesting and important things out in the community and giving them a place to share it with the world. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in every Friday from 4 to 4:50 Hawaii Standard Time when we bring in a Next Big Thing guest. On this show, we have Rei-Chung Fujihara. He's here to talk about the next Pre-Accelerator program. It's a program that's like a pre-accelerator. So if you have a great idea, they can help you get launched into an accelerator, which can then eventually launch you into the next big Facebook, right? Is that the idea, Rei-Chung?
Next big thing.
All right. Well, thanks for coming into the show. I really appreciate you coming by today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell me a little bit about Next. I know there's some deadlines coming up. Why don't you start with that?
Yeah, sure. So, so Next is a program that's 5 weeks, and we basically go in and we teach customer development. The program is run simultaneously all over the world, and we're running the camp. Myself and Alline are running the camp here in Oahu, and we're pretty stoked to do it. We did the last camp with Shenoa Farnsworth was the leader of the camp, and that was at Blue Startups. So then this one's going to be hosted at Box Jelly.
Okay, and so can you tell me a little bit about what happened last time and what you expect this time and how it's going to be different?
Yeah, so it's basically last time we had a different group of people, and we've been running another thing called Jump School. I'll get into a little bit later, but I think the questions, I guess not questions, but the mentoring, more like it, is going to be a little different style. Alline's pretty amazing. She's been doing it for a while now. She was, learning from Eric Ries before the Lean Startup, years before the Lean Startup book came out. Last year, she did over 1,000 customer interviews. So she's read like every single book there is, like literally, on Lean Startup. So she's an enthusiast and a developer herself. And we really just got to go in there and dig in and help people, find out, what will scale and what their customers want. The reason behind that is basically so you can get to the point where you get funding. And we have some partnerships with both Blue as well as Bloom, who are like looking at the companies that we have coming out. So there's a good chance that you might be able to get some kind of traction if you do well.
So how many companies went into this pre-accelerator last year?
Last year, it's maybe about 8 companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe about 8 companies. A pretty wide variety of different things. And this time around we'll probably expect the same amount. And we have some very strong applications that we're pretty stoked about. So I think for those of you who are interested in getting in and digging in and building your business, you'll have a strong cohort to be with. Yeah.
All right, so it's a good thing to start with. Now, what happened to those 8 companies? Did they go on to Blue Startups or?
So those 8 companies, let me think. None of them went into Blue Startups. I ran into another one recently, and they're still building a product. And but the other ones I haven't stayed in touch with. Yeah.
Oh, well, but they're still around,
Probably some of them are, probably some of them aren't. The startup life is.
Yeah, it comes and it goes. That's how it is. Well, you see it because you're one of the founders, should we say, of Box Jelly, right? So you see the startups come in and come out, and what kind of trends do you see?
Trends? So I've been seeing more social entrepreneur focused startups. I've been seeing people coming from the mainland and bringing startups out here, which is pretty interesting. We had one investor who made his company come out to Hawaii, which is pretty cool because usually it goes the other way around. And that's B-Stripe and Steve Markowitz. And there've been, a couple other companies that came out here, recently. So I think it's going to be interesting. You know, you can never really tell what's going to happen until years down the line. And but right now it's still a pretty exciting time. A lot of really positive energy. And the ideas are getting better and better. For instance, like Startup Weekend. You know, this previous Startup Weekend was amazing. We hosted that up Australia as well, and the quality of the teams was like excellent. And I remember being in the judges booth and just kind of listening in, and yeah, it was really hard because there's like some really amazing ideas, and even one of the ideas was offered to go to 500 startups and build out the product. So it kind of shows the kind of, you know, weight that they're giving these things. So yeah, I mean,
Well,
I don't know,
Hawaii's
it's
great for
interesting.
this stuff. I mean, I've always said, you know, or I'm sure you would agree, that that Hawaii is a good place to kind of incubate an idea and then spread it to the mainland, right? But we can go both directions here. That's a
Yeah.
great part of it. So we can go to Asia or we can go to America.
Yeah,
Do you see a lot of like Asian related? Do you see products that would spread well to Asia or scale well? Really, are we trying to go east? I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, are the startups making products that go east, or do they go west?
I mean, they could go both ways. I think that you know, as an ecosystem, we need to still work on building an infrastructure to help companies go either way, and also helping startups come back. You know, because you know, you can build a company out here, but you're gonna have to go eventually and do some things on the mainland, and you know, do some things in Asia or whatever, and just continue making it an attractive place. There's definitely still some pukas, but the past year I've seen some pretty interesting things. Like there was the Startup Paradise initiative, and I think that was going towards the right way and kind of highlighting, you know, Hawaii as a place that's different and highlighting our strengths. So that was pretty exciting, and you know, we'll see how it plays out, but I'm pretty optimistic.
Okay, and I know with this. Now let's talk a little bit more about Next. You mentioned the Next. It kind of has several phases where after you. Why don't you tell me about what it takes to apply to the Next program, and after once it starts, what a Pre-Accelerator would get.
Sure. So, really, what it takes is just a commitment and really wanting to get it done. The thing that's kind of nice about Next is that you're really going out there and you're going to be testing your idea. So it might be a dumb idea or something that doesn't really work, and it might be something that's awesome, you know, and we'll give you kind of a safe ground to test, and we'll teach you how to do that. Once you're in the program, you have homework, and there's like a lot of peer learning that goes on, and I think that's some of the most powerful pieces is the peer learning, and yeah, I've just seen. We've been running a similar program the past few months called Jump School, which is built off the Next, kind of like the framework that we use for Next. And yeah, just watching how the companies start helping each other out and teaching each other, and it's been pretty amazing. I've seen some things. Jump School. Yeah.
That sounds interesting. How's that work?
Yeah, so Jump School is also a program to help companies get product market fit. Basically helping companies get to the point where their customers like need what they have. And we've been running it for a couple months now. We've had some pretty amazing companies get some good traction, and we really dive into what's important, and testing things out before you scale them out. So scale them up, so you don't end up scaling up problems, and hopefully you're scaling up revenue. So it's pretty interesting. There's like a roadmap that you go through, and it's kind of hard for me to just spit it out on the freestyle, but it's very I highly recommend it. I've seen very like people who went through the program and they just, you know, had a really hard time learning or adapting beforehand, and just pick things up, and then you just see what they're doing with their companies. You're like, wow. Like we've had, you know, companies increase revenue by good amounts. We've had companies land huge contracts. We've had them test product that they've been kind of waiting on for a long time and get it out there. I mean, it's been really good, and I think we're going to bring that same kind of energy to the next program.
All right, let's talk about it. We do have to run to a quick break, though. So those of you watching, thanks for watching ThinkTech. You're watching Next Big Thing. I'm your host, Attila Suresh. With us in the studio is Ray Chung Fujihara, and we're talking about the next Pre-Accelerator program. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Castle and Cook, Hawaii. Investing in Hawaii, creating communities, and providing for the needs of our state. Collateral Analytics. Empowering the real estate industry to make better informed property investment decisions. The Foreign Trade Zone, bringing the benefits of the Foreign Trade Zone programs to Hawaii businesses and entrepreneurs. Galen Ho, a senior executive of BAE Systems, a global defense, security, and aerospace company. Hawaiian Electric Company and its affiliates Maui Electric and Hawaii Electric Light Company on Hawaii Island. The Hawaii Energy Policy Forum, incorporating diverse perspectives to design a flexible and forward-looking energy strategy. Hawaii Energy, the state's energy and efficiency program created to help Hawaii's residents and businesses adopt a clean energy lifestyle. Hawaii Gas, helping Hawaii achieve its transition to clean energy and a better energy future. Hawaii Pacific Health, bringing technology and teamwork together to transform healthcare in Hawaii. The High Tech Development Corporation, attached to DBED, is the state's leading technology agency. The Scheidler Family Foundation, supporting educational, cultural, and charitable organizations, including ThinkTech.
I'm Hong Jiang, host for Asia in Review on Tuesdays.
And I'm David Day, host for Asian Review on Thursdays. Both of us broadcast our respective shows at 4 p.m.
And my topics tend to deal with questions related to environment, culture, history, and sometimes human rights.
And my shows tend to be on international business, foreign policy, geopolitics, and national security. And you can watch our shows live on the ThinkTech website at thinktechhawaii.com.
And you can also watch us on YouTube or Olivera.
So come join us on Thursdays at 4 p.m. I'm David Day.
And on Tuesdays at 4 p.m., I'm Hong Jiang.
Aloha.
Aloha, I'm Maria Kashem of ThinkTech Hawaii, and I want to tell you about our ThinkTech talk shows. If you didn't know it, ThinkTech streams video and audio for all of its shows live on the internet from 2 to 5 p.m. every weekday afternoon, and we replay them all night long on ustream.tv. Visit thinktechhawaii.com for our live stream and YouTube links. Raise your awareness on ThinkTech. I'm Maria Kashem, and I'll see you there.
There. I'm Jay Fidel. That's Sharon Moriwaki of the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum. And every Wednesday we have Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy. We've been doing it for some time now, and we have some fantastic guests on there, unbelievable guests who give us insight into what is going on in a very complex, sometimes very confusing, sometimes very disappointing area of progress in the state. So we love doing this. We love meeting them. We love talking to them. We love having their ideas out on the table. So maybe, just maybe, we can all make some sense of what's going on. Sharon, what do you think?
I think that's absolutely correct. We enjoy ourselves meeting with all these people and hearing about the energy and the state of clean energy, and hopefully we advance clean energy for the state. So it's terrific. Join us.
Okay, it's every Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday is Energy Day. Every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy, here on ThinkTech Hawaii. We'll see you there.
Aloha, I'm Nicole Horry for ThinkTech. For nearly half a century, the Hawaii Foreign Trade Zone No. 9 has brought the benefits of the Foreign Trade Zone program to Hawaii businesses and entrepreneurs. DBET, the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism, operates Hawaii's Foreign Trade Zone program to encourage international business and economic development. The Foreign Trade Zone's mission is to increase the amount of international trading activity in Hawaii, thereby providing employment opportunities for the residents of our island state. For more information, see ftz9.org. I'm Nicole Hori. Mahalo.
We're back, we're live, and you're watching ThinkTech. I'm your host, Attila Saras, for Next Big Thing. Today we're talking about the next Pre-Accelerator program. With us in the studio is Rei-Chung Fujihara, and since the break, we actually have had a new guest. Thank you very much for coming in, Alline. This is Alline Olivera. You're also with the next Pre-Accelerator program. And just to bring you up to date, I know you were stuck in traffic, so was I. It's like ridiculous out there. But we're talking about kind of what the program is, and we're also talking about what happened last year, and it looks like you guys got like 8 good little companies, and they went on to keep working on their projects. And I think we just kind of wanted to talk about the mechanics of the next program. Maybe you could tell some stories from last year. Some great startup tier stories are always good. Just things that would help your program be really interesting to someone who wants to do a startup, but needs that initial guidance even before they get into an accelerator.
Yeah, sure. So the program is new. It started in 2012, and I've been following them and instructing in San Diego the whole year, last year. And the program is all about how can we get someone up to speed and start a new business without going through all this hassle and problems of wasting money and time and energy with the wrong product or the wrong market.
And so I know throughout the program you guys have, it seems like you guys have several phases, right? So the first one is that you test your startup idea and the team, right? Why don't you tell me how you guys do that?
Yeah, normally we call like maturity level, and companies that come with a lot of confidence and actually arrogance that, I know everything about my market and my customers, and we give them like a reality shock, and they understand actually what it is, and then we call that maturity level 1. And then when they realize, well, it's much harder than we think, and the market is not responding well, and they start getting like real customers, the right customers, and then we start calling maturity level 2, and then we go from there.
So they got like it's like Mario Brothers. You gotta move
it's
from
like a video game.
level 1 to level 2.
Yeah, up to level 5 when you have what we call product market fit, that you were good to go to scale, to get funded, to getting like inside an accelerator, and to get help without waste the money that you're gonna receive.
And that comes with mentorship, right? So tell me about some of your mentors.
We have great mentors this month in Honolulu, and some of them actually are outside, or my friends that I'm bringing from different countries. So some products we have are international products, so they will benefit from this experience from mentors outside of US. We have like some superstar mentors that like producing videos on this area, and I'm bringing them. They are my friends, and a lot of local mentors too, like the best we could get.
And so then that's where you're growing your network of startup experts, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then what's the first look forum? Why don't you tell me all about that? It sounds like a big party.
The first what?
The first, the next first look forum. I'm guessing that happens at the end when everyone showcases their products.
Yeah, but actually the best part is the classes being the group, and we call a flip side classroom where there is no instructors and PowerPoint and talking. It's all about the teams presenting and receiving honest and like very brutal feedback, and they are always in action. The teams are always in action, and we are just there to coordinate and to respond back. And at the end, they all present all their learnings. We only care about what you learn. We don't care about what you think you have, what you think you are. We only care about what you've been learning during the process. And after they present at the end of the program, the top ones, like the really best ones, are going to present national-wide in September.
And where is that held?
That will be New York. Yes, New York.
Oh, I see. So it goes at a local level first,
Yeah.
And then those that show the most amount of improvement or learning, right?
Yes. Next is a worldwide program. It's probably going to happen in around 50 cities at the same time this semester. So it's a big thing.
And typically, those who apply there, are they high schoolers, college students? Is it all ages?
To apply for the next program is more startups that already starting a team, that already have something, that will try and fail in the market before, or someone that just had an idea but have a strong desire to build it and have time and can commit. Those are the one that most apply to us.
So it's not really age specific.
Not really.
So what's the youngest person and what's the oldest person you've had in startups?
This semester is very diverse. We have a 20 years old kid and he's amazing, and we have some old guys, a few women, but we need more women.
All right, women startups. Yes, of course.
Yes, we try to promote as much as we can women in entrepreneurship.
Well, how about you, Ray Chung? What's your impression of the program, and why do you feel that you need to be a part of this?
Yeah, man, I think it's like I was saying, they're pukas, in our ecosystem, and I always kind of look at things at kind of a high level. And what we really do is we help these companies achieve product market fit, which is so important. And I'm really interested in just seeing the quality go up, and like we were saying earlier, like you see companies succeed, and you see companies fail, and it's like people's dreams, and if we can give them a better shot at making it, do what we can.
Well, how about you, Alline? Are you from like an entrepreneurial family? Is this why you want to keep it alive here in Hawaii?
No, my parents are like medical doctors. They have nothing related to entrepreneurship, and I don't know. I was born like that. I like to build stuff. I like to see things working. And what brought me into that was I was already doing it somehow by myself in San Diego. A few events, a few workshops on lean startups. I have huge fail myself, and a few successful companies. So I start sharing my experience, and people somehow related to it. Like it's like, oh my God, that actually happened to me too. Oh, it's like yeah, and somehow they like what I share, and I start blogging about it, and they start liking, and at some point they start, no, I can't pay for that. I don't have time. No, I want to pay you to consult, for you to guide me. It's like, okay, so I start working, and then when they have idea for the next program from Startup Weekend group, we already involved on Startup Weekend, so it was naturally like organic. We got with them in the group and start doing the next program ourselves.
And so, did you have to go through an approval process just to make sure that you would?
We had back then in 2012. There was a few meetings with Steve Blank himself, and he was responsible to approve us or say, you guys are good enough to the program to just have the quality of the program at a certain level, but not anymore. Somehow now it comes organically from the community. Who is already doing that in the community probably will go straight to as an ex-organizer or instructor or facilitator.
Cool. Well, before we end, is there a website or email or contact info you want to tell our cameras for people who are watching who might be interested in applying to the next program?
swnext.co. startupweekendnext.co.
swnext.co. And that's the website to go to for Startup Weekend. It's coming up. The deadline is what, March 12th, I believe, right?
Yeah, we start March 12th, so hurry up.
So get your applications in. Get your applications in. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us in the studio. Ray Fujihara, and Alline Olivera. That was the cookie I was eating earlier. It was getting stuck in my throat. And stay tuned for more ThinkTech.